Two teachers. Two totally different environments. Their common ground, the subject they teach, English. Can a mainstream teacher learn a thing or two from their unconventional counterpart? And could a spell behind bars help them in the classroom? Jackie Hewitt Main teaches literacy to inmates at Chelmsford Prison. Her own personal struggle motivated her to develop a unique teaching style.
Having dyslexia has really changed my teaching, and it's made me be so flexible with different ideas, like thinking of toothpaste and thinking of soap. You know, it's really crazy, but it is actually, it's working. You can see it's working.
Right, give us your vowels in that.
Jackie.
Right, OK, and then give me your vowel. What's your vowel? Give me your letters of your vowel.
A.
Right.
I. E. If I'd have met someone like Jackie years ago, I don't think I'll be here in prison today. I'd have been able to concentrate and get somewhere in life rather than because I can't get a job and that's turned into crime, I think.
OK, right. See what you can do on the soap then. See if you can remember what you've done it.
Since Jackie's been working with the prisoners, those concerned have certainly changed quite a lot.
So big capital R?
You can see a huge difference in how they actually complete their sentence. They're much calmer, their frustration levels are much less, which results in them being happier prisoners and less problematic on the wing.
Jackie, you're mad, definitely.
I think I'm wacky. I think, yes, I'm off the wall. But I think it's because, I really believe, I think it's because of the way that school was what happened for me. You know, I left school feeling I was a failure. You know, at 15, no qualifications, no nothing.
Bill, you know how to behave.
Laura Jewiss teaches English at Sittingbourne Community College. She's concerned about the literacy levels of some of her Year 9 boys.
Just last week, I actually was talking to this group of students that I was really worried about the fact that they're going into Year 10, they don't have the literacy levels to cope, and I'm worried about their future. And I did actually end up crying because I was so desperate. I cannot get them to see how important it is.
Other day she was crying because they want us to read and want us to
Do well.
Yeah, do well. And
OK, this work is another Year 9 student. It's very, very difficult to read. It said the room was only dimly lit by a street light outside. The man tiptoed silently over to the desk. Scissors, straight scissors, you're going to cut something. I have struggled with finding ways to tap into these students. I've tried every way I know, and we're still not making the progress that I feel we should. Next year they're in Year 10. They're doing GCSEs next year. They do not have the levels of literacy to cope.
Will Laura's first visit to a prison equip her with the tools she needs to help her boys?
Hello, Laura.
It's lovely to meet you at last. I've heard so much about you.
She'll spend the day observing Jackie in action. Jackie believes that when it comes to learning literacy, for some students, building self-esteem is just as important as reading or writing.
Because we're trying to get rid of the baggage that we've carried when we first come in here, yeah? Because I think that's what we've got to get rid of, isn't it? I think when we first come in here, we feel like failures, don't we? Because that's why we've ended up here. So we've got to look at it, is that OK, if we can see how you learn and how different you are, and everybody's different, then that's going to help you move forward. So it was things like that, things we're saying, things we're going to try to embed in them, that they are clever in a completely different way.
If you feel better about yourselves because of what Jackie's told you about the way you learn and you're not stupid, do you think it will change things for you when you sort of get out of prison?
In prison, yeah, definitely.
And people say that I stay in your heads when you think about it, when all of a sudden something happens, you go, oh, Jackie wouldn't allow it. Somebody says to me once they call themselves stupid, and I also been, no, Jackie said we could never call ourselves stupid.
No.
In the last few years at primary school, it was like there was me and two others who was like separate at the back of the class on the table, and she would explain all of the work to everyone else, then just come to us and give us, like, I don't know, like a crossword or puzzle to do or something
I've heard
like
that. I've heard that. Yeah.
Set fire to my school and everything.
And that was just out of complete and utter frustration, publicly. hopefully, you know, what I can learn from Jackie is to try and change it for these boys before they get any further down the line as failures. Education has the power to bring about the biggest social change.
Oh, very much so.
Jackie prefers to teach one-on-one, and today she's taking Ryan back to basics with the alphabet.
I went round looking for a green mat because I thought, green, I love the green. Then I kept thinking, well, OK, well, there's no good sellotape because it's not going to show. So there was me sitting B&Q on Sunday thinking about you. So what I was trying to do was do the alphabet for you.
Oh, I know all my letters.
You know your letters, yeah, I know you know your letters.
After that, I know it's just from K to
K, L,
M, N, O, P,
right, OK.
Q, R. Can someone sing the alphabet? I don't want to do it.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. That's why he's missed that piece, because that piece speeds up completely.
So what I want you to do is a bit of the problem you're having, all right? So as you're doing it, right, so you're going to start from MNOP?
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is get them to use their whole body, yeah? Keen attention muscle. So we're going to do the M, and then we're going to do the sound of the M. And they're going to sound it. Okay. So you can hear the M. We're trying to get the three or four different things going to learn the one thing of M.
Do you think if someone had allowed you to do it at school, it would have made a big difference?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have got bored as easy.
So there's no sign of behaviour, frustration, anger, you know, I'm fed up, I mean, I know he wants to play football, but he's totally engaged in what he's doing.
This is yeah. What was our words that we were doing last week? Let's see if you can remember.
Right and right.
That's it. Right, OK. And R, I, T, E, yeah? And what I had to do was try and find ideas and things that I could use that they could play with while they was in a cell. And toothpaste is what they've got. Right, OK.
Right.
OK.
That's in right and a letter.
OK. Because we found he had problems with the W's and the R's, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, OK. And now what was the other right?
Yeah, that's R.
Right, R-I-G. Right, OK. So we've both, can you see, in the end, right, what you did there, you got the letters in the wrong place, OK? Yeah? Now, go on in.
Big thing that I've got to focus on is using all the different senses of doing whatever I'm doing in lots of different ways so that it sort of works for all students, really, or, you know, getting the kinesthetic learning, getting whatever.
I called Jackie Wacky Jackie because of obviously, that I've never seen this in a classroom or a way of learning before, so it was a bit mad to
I can see it, but it's totally impressed you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know that you're not a failure, you know that you can learn, so you've got somewhere to go now. You must feel differently about yourself.
Yeah.
And I'd always be in his little ear telling him how clever he is, yeah?
Ryan may like off-the-wall teaching methods, but what do the prison officers think of Wacky Jackie?
I was absolutely horrified at the amount of prisoners that you get in here, that the problems they've had at school, and the fact that they were expelled at 13 or 14, and that's where their education basically ended.
I can't believe in this day and age that so many people leaving school not being able to read and write, and they're embarrassed about it, they can't fill in forms so that they are for jobs or for benefits. So I feel in the end that this causes them to offend. I think that's the majority of the problems, that their educational needs have not been met. And I think people have been scared of the prisoners themselves to say, oh, you might be dyslexic, because they do generally have anger management problems, but they're angry with themselves because they think they're stupid or thick or what other names they like to call themselves. And I think now you see a sense of relief come over their face once they've spoken to Jackie, and then they come and see me and say, oh, thanks for that, miss, I now know that I'm not just thick and stupid, that I have got the ability to go forward and change my life.
Jackie's already on to her next lesson, and Laura's keen to take a peek.
I was just watching Jackie and the boys through the door now, and they're totally engaged in what she's talking about. They're animated, they're listening to each other. She's totally got them spellbound.
Jackie wants to make writing as tactile as possible for Dave, and for this lesson she's using sand and pastry cutters.
What we've done this afternoon is, with Dave, we had 2 words that we had a problem spelling. Yeah? And the 2 words, the first word was engine. Yeah. So we've looked at what other word is in engine.
Gin.
Gin. Okay,
Yeah.
so we found a word in a word. And then the other word we were having problems with was vegetables. What 2 words have we actually got in vegetables?
Get the table.
That's it, tables. Well done.
Do you enjoy doing it like this? Well, you look like you're enjoying it.
Jackie firmly believes in peer learning and enlists mentors who are also prisoners to help with her students. She's keen for Laura to see just how much progress Dave has made with one such mentor.
Dave got a letter yesterday from his stepmum, and we sort of read it together, and what he wanted to do was to write a letter to his stepmum. And this is why I brought in Dave, the mentor, because I've been seeing that these 2 have actually been getting on very well. But I felt that Dave would be able to help Dave actually write, would you say, his first letter home to his stepmum?
Hope all is well. How are Stephanie and Scott doing? Tell Dave I said hello. I will send a VO so you can come and see me.
And what an achievement for you as well, to be able to do it. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Yeah. Amazing.
First letter I actually wrote by myself though.
Oh, this is quite nice.
Laura's short sentence at Chelmsford Prison is almost over.
That's that time.
I'm determined to change things for the students that I work with, because I know that it can work. I've seen it work with 18, 19, 30-year-olds who are taking on board Jackie's ideas and wanting to learn for the first time. I'm going to be in the classroom with toothpaste, sand, soap, whatever it takes, and maybe find some things of my own. Okay. Maybe Wacky Jackie and Loony Laura together can change things for some of these kids. It's been lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Really have a nice
again.
Thank you for coming. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Is that good for you?
Yeah, it was good. I
And
really
you
enjoyed
enjoyed
it. Yeah, I did. I think I've learned a lot.
And informative?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that nice?
It's been a month since Laura visited Chelmsford Prison, and there's lots of activity in her Year 9 class.
Since I went to the prison, my teaching style has changed. In teaching, we tend to, if you've got a class of boys with behaviour problems, you tend to play very safe and not take risks because of the fact that they may well do things with the materials that you don't particularly want them to do. And going to the prison gave me renewed enthusiasm. I think that's what rubbed off on me more than perhaps Jackie's methods, more her enthusiasm and the fact that she's willing to take a chance, and seeing you know, the young guys that I spoke to, the fact that education had failed them so badly, made me think like it was worth taking risks.